So Stonebwoy was at New York City recently, and he was interviewed on one of the biggest breakfast shows in New York. Some of the questions they threw at him, bro, and the way he answered them got social media talking, got the whole internet talking. I feel like this is one of the best interviews on the internet right now. So we just have to react to this. My name is Clastes, Klasts. For the purpose of this reaction, I cut the interview for the purpose of this reaction alone. So this is not the full interview. I cut some portions out, the ones that will concern maybe you and I. So let's go there.
I mean, the guy, we are the Breakfast Club. We got our guest host Nene Leaks with us today.
Yes, indeed.
And we got a special guest joining us all the way from Ghana.
Stonebwoy,
welcome.
Thank you, man.
What's up, my brother?
I'm good, thank you.
Last time I saw you, I was walking out of the Silver Fox in Ghana.
Exactly.
And you
I
was
went
next-
there too.
You went to the Silver Fox too?
Yes,
The strip
honey.
club, right?
Yes, there's some aggressive women in there.
They are aggressive, but
Yeah.
boy, it's fun in there.
So the nigga was saying that's that God. I don't know about him. Well, he is saying that the last time he met Stonebwoy, that was at a strip club in Ghana, not inside, like outside the strip club in Ghana. So the lady was also saying, okay, she also went there, and the lady was saying she met some ladies there, and the ladies were very aggressive. And the guy was also saying, yeah, but it was fun and all that. So it was like a pleasantry. This is just the start of the interview. So they just exchanging pleasantries. So Squad came to strip club in Ghana. Since they got you go strip club for Ghana before? Make I know, bro.
I didn't know you went to Silver Fox, Nene.
She didn't go with you, but she went there.
Charlie,
with
man.
them.
Hold on, y'all went to the one in Nigeria or the one in Ghana?
Ghana, I just said hello. You see the African?
Wow.
Ghana.
How much y'all dropped in there? I don't want to know.
You know, I
So the
can't tell
strip
you
club
that, but
vibes
the women
now.
were very aggressive.
Wow.
Yes, they were. We had a good time. We went 2 nights in a row over there too.
Stonebwoy, you ever go to Silver Fox just for inspiration?
I never stepped inside that door before. Like,
Really?
yeah, I only met you outside, and that was apparently my first time. You know,
So he was asking Stonebwoy whether he has, like, he usually goes to the strip club to get inspiration for songs and all that. And Stonebwoy is saying that he has never stepped there before. The day they met him there, that was his first time there. Even that, it was outside, it was not inside. That was his first time. So if you care to know, Stonebwoy has not been going to the strip club maybe for inspirations of anything.
entering the compound. Like
Why?
after Silver Fox was built in that building,
Yeah.
it used to be a big club as well. Like, that was my first time, and I met you up there.
Why do you think Ghana hasn't had the musical success that Nigeria has? It seems like all the artists that's popping from the motherland.
Now, you listen to this question. Why do you think Ghana doesn't have the musical success like Nigeria? Charlie?
They're from Nigeria. Why do you think that is?
That's a big one.
Yeah.
Truth be told, I've always had, discussions. All of the big ones from Nigeria are my brothers, definitely. We've been trying to crack this, but we all believe that the number factor is part of it. And then that not being the first on the list for me, I appreciate my Nigerian brothers for their tenacity, and their aggressiveness, and also their mindset, And the beautiful thing is we all tap into that because these are our brothers. No matter how you want to put borders around it, we are one people. So it's all of us in the end. We play our roles, they play their roles as well. Interestingly, every of their top lister has their finds inspiration in Ghana, basically.
So that question, that why hasn't Ghana got the kind of musical breakthrough Nigerians are having? Stonebwoy is saying that when you look at it, the number factor plays a bigger role in the sense that the Nigerian population is let's say is bigger than that of Ghana, and it is very true, bro. Nigerian population is around close to 200 million, or even more, if I'm not lying, even more than 200 million, if I am not lying. Ghana is just 30 million. So if an artist managed to get 4% of Nigerian population enjoying his music, he's kind of good to go. But when an artist in Ghana managed to get 4% of Ghana's population following his music or listening to his music, even if he is good to go, he won't go that far. Like somebody who gets 4% of 200 million, then you will get 4% of 30 million. He won't do anything. It's his coins. That is what Stonebwoy is saying. And he also added that even most of the Nigerian artists that are big right now, they got their breakthrough from Ghana, and it is true. You all know Davido, Wizkid, Burna Boy. As for Burna Boy, big ups to Shatta Wale. Yeah, so that is what Stonebwoy is saying, and I agree. The Nigerian population, God damn it.
Burna says it often. Wizkid literally lives in Ghana. Davido is like a brother that's 247. We're together, so we all keep, playing our individual roles to get us all out there.
Yeah.
We cannot all be in the front seat.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's a long queue in the back.
What did you think when we see Meek Mill over there? Meek Mill was riding the bikes through the hoods and everything like that. Like I thought it was dope because it was like, Meek Mill is known for the bike. So the fact that he tapped in and was riding with the people, I just thought that was dope. What was your thoughts on that?
So over here, Stonebwoy was asked what he made of Meek Mill's visit to Ghana, where he was riding bike and all that with the boys on the street and all that. What did he make of it? Yeah.
Crazy. All those bikers are my boys. It's not like boys I know from the fact that they're my brothers. We grew up together. So it's basically, I've known about that before time, and I'm happy that, my brothers from us were growing up are all joining in that, and that vibe. From the hood that I come, which is called a shy man, that's where you find most of the bikers. The boys who are with him, they're my boys from now. So it gives me a lot of joy for that shine. Because from the streets, they represent through the streets by, those moves. And I think it's nice. It's nice to witness. And Ghana is always welcoming. You guys know the vibes we have.
He also got some flack too for shooting a video, and he apologized. He said he didn't know, but he said he got permissions. What was your thoughts
in the Jubilee House?
Yeah, this would probably be the first time I'm speaking about that because
Okay, so he was asked about Meek Mill shooting a video in the Flagstaff house. See, the line of questioning. It is the line of questioning for me. They are throwing the questions left, right, and you realize that they did a whole lot of research before receiving their guest, which is Stonebwoy. The line of questioning.
I've not necessarily tried to stay away from that comment, but it's truth be told, I mean, I couldn't come to the States and go to the White House and do whatever I want to do, except there was a certain amount of leeway that I could, do stuff. But this, I don't think is a big deal. And I mean, the internet went crazy and he did the best thing he had to do, because that, for me, I think it was a job of the security personnel.
Yeah, man. So Stonebwoy basically is saying that he doesn't see any problem with what Meek Mill did, the video he shot at the Flagstaff house. He doesn't have any problem with it, because if there is somebody to blame, it should be the security service at the Jubilee House, not Meek Mill. Because if had it not been that he was giving the go ahead, he wouldn't shoot any video there. I agree. He be visitor. He just be a tourist. Somebody on a tour, he come. So what you people allow him make you do, that is what he did. So you can't blame Meek Mill. And Stonebwoy is also applauding himself. He did the right thing by coming out to apologize to the general public. Be fair, the line of questioning, bro.
Protocol to make sure that, bro, we don't film over here, we don't do this over here, we don't do that. He's excited. He doesn't know the laws, I believe, or doesn't, so he only tried to get the best of his trip. And coming out to apologize just shows you his true intentions. Absolutely. He wasn't in the known to go and, throw dirt on such a place.
Doing our homework, we seen that 7 years ago you got knee surgery.
Yeah.
And they said that one of the biggest soccer players actually paid for it.
Try to pronounce the name. I like it.
So over here, this particular story, I myself, that I don't know a lot about it, but I saw it on Twitter and some other platforms, where Stonebwoy was talking about how he had a knee surgery and Asamoah took care of the cost. So that is what he's been asked over here. Say 7 years ago he had a knee surgery, and he also said that a soccer player took care of it. Look here.
Are you avoiding that name? I like.
So explain what happened. Break down what happened.
What's his name?
Asamoah Gyan is being a captain of the
that.
Black
Asamoah Gyan.
Stars. He's one
I
of the
could've said
biggest
that.
players, you know.
But go ahead. So what happened?
I think 20 years ago, I had an accident, you know, and had a really bad knee. So I was living with that as a ghetto youth, you know, struggling through life, doing music, etc. I mean, you know, living up. And then I think 7 years when we counted back, this is the 7th year. And one time I went to do his birthday concert, and then he asked me what happened. Gave him the story and told him, oh, fortunately, next month, the 3rd of next month, is actually going to be 7 years when I did the surgery.
Wow.
You know, then he said, how much would it cost to do it? And I'm like, sure, I'm actually going to do it next month on the 3rd anyway, because it was around the same time, like we were speaking around this time. So it's just like, I should send him over the bills, and I did, and then he just wired the money to the hospital.
Wow.
Straight, man. Big ups to Asamoah Gyan. Big ups to Asamoah Gyan. Now, Stonebwoy is saying that let me just emphasize. Stonebwoy is saying that 7 years ago, he went to play a show at Asamoah Gyan's birthday party. So after everything, Asamoah Gyan, they were having a convo, and Asamoah Gyan asked him what happened to his knee, and he narrated the story, and he also told Asamoah Gyan that he will be having a surgery soon and all that. And Asamoah Gyan said after the surgery, he should just send him the bill. So he did, and Asamoah Gyan wired the money to the hospital. Charlie, I love this side. Oh.
I told him that time that the time was gonna come when I was gonna let the world know, and I think this is the time. So
Everybody needs help.
It really blew their
Everybody
minds,
needs
'cause
somebody.
nobody would have ever thought. And you know, it's big. It's big news back home because we understand what it means and who he is. As
Big ups Asamoah Gyan. Big ups
But
Asamoah
you know,
Gyan.
one thing I realized about people in Ghana, like they're very giving.
True,
You know what I mean? Like they give of themselves in a
Yeah.
real way.
for sure. You will feel bad for not giving somebody what they ask you. If it goes to that extent, like they can emotionally blackmail you for you to feel like you did them wrong, even if you couldn't afford to give them what they asked.
Yeah. Now, why were you banned?
But
from-
he's a very good friend of mine. He's been like a brother of mine from time. And people didn't know it was this deep until I came out to say that. Then they had a different picture. Yeah.
Was he a fan of your music or?
Yeah, he loves music. He said he would have been a musician if he wasn't a football player.
Or
Because I have songs. I have a song with him anyway. And he's had songs with other big legends in Ghana before, you know, me anyway. So
now, why were you banned from the VGMAs? What is it? The
Ghana Music Awards.
Vodafone Ghana Music
Ghana
Awards.
Music Awards,
Yeah.
Now he's been asked about the Vodafone Ghana Music Award, why he's been banned from the VGMAs. You know, the banter that happened between him and Shatta Wale. So he's been asked about it over here.
that's the biggest music award, you know, scheme in Ghana, hands down. It's been running for like 20 plus years. And I think I got into a little something with one of my brothers.
A scuffle.
Yeah.
At the
Big
awards?
one. Other awards. Live
That'll
on
do it.
TV.
Live on
What was
TV?
that?
TV.
Oh, that'll do it.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
When was that?
I mean, I was picking up my award for winning the Reggae Dancehall Artist for the 5th time in a row, you know, and I think, you know, he couldn't take it, so he had to swim to the stage.
Oh, he came to the stage too.
Yeah,
So I believe almost everybody watching this video right now knows the story how Asamoah Gyan, how Shatta Wale invaded the stage that night to force Stonebwoy to pull staffs out, weapon out, and all that. I hope everybody knows that story. So basically, that was what happened. That is what he's narrating over here. And I feel this question is fair because despite it's been long, this is their first encounter with him. So they still have to ask him, and it is fair.
came with a lot of people. It's
But
like, you know what I mean?
They
'Cause
should have just had him to not return.
exactly. So I was about to give my speech when he disrupted the whole live thing, and it was very chaos and dangerous. And you know, we know from the streets because he's from the street. I'm from the street, so we really got there. Really got there.
So you really got there, really go where? You go where?
No.
You got where?
He said, no, you could do that.
I'm sorry, but naturally, I'm quickly defensive.
Yeah.
Stonebwoy says naturally he's quickly defensive. Quickly. Just like before you go throw him something, he throw you already. Before you think he thought, naturally he's quickly defensive. Don't try.
As you should.
Naturally. So
Don't try,
what it was
man.
is that
Don't try.
we've been having this beef for years, and I don't even know where it's stemming from. But interestingly, that's how that brother moved around that period, attacking everybody. To step on stage to do that was not something we were gonna accept. And if he came alone, then you could probably. But he came with an attack, like he came with a gang storming on the stage. And bro, we've been always ready.
Nah.
How do you ban you?
You've been ready.
All you was doing was defending yourself. How do you ban you? Security should have been doing their job.
Exactly. So guess what it was is that security came over, covered the whole scene, and then separated the vibes, and they escorted me home. And then later on, the news was spread the vibes of there being, because there were weapons involved.
Weapons?
I mean,
Did anybody get hurt, shot,
no.
stabbed? No.
Not even one.
So did
person.
y'all squash it out, or y'all still don't see eye to eye?
After some months, we tried to, and I think it was in the best interest for the nation and the followers that we have. And so
Okay, so he's talking about the peace pipe he smoked with Shatta Wale after that incident. And he further stated that so now they are cool, they are kind of cool. They talk once a while and all that. So right now there's no bad blood. Yeah.
till date, we talk once and once. But I mean, that's the levels is on. We're good.
Y'all don't have
It's
a gun
not like
culture.
it's not naturally we've been super cool already. Anyway, we were good, but so we're still normal friends right now.
The biggest soccer players actually paid for it.
Try to pronounce the name. I like how you...
Dangerous, and we know from the streets because he's covered the whole scene, and then till date we talk once and once. But I mean, that's the levels is on. We're good.
Y'all don't have a gun
It's not like
culture.
it's not naturally we've been super cool already. Anyway, we were good, but so we're still normal friends right now.
But y'all don't have a gun culture in Ghana, so what's the weapon?
Your fist?
I mean,
So they're asking him, said we don't practice gun culture in Ghana here. So why the weapon? Why did he send gun onto the stage? That is what they're asking him. And that is the right question. That is a very good question.
there are bad people everywhere,
That's right.
and there are things everywhere. I mean, it doesn't have gun culture is not good for any country, basically. So it's not even about having a gun culture. There are weapons. I think there are more weapons in Africa because that's where they're sold.
Or see, that's where they are sold. He said weapons are more common in Africa because that's where they are sold. Is he talking from experience, or is he talking by the grace of God? How did he know that is where they are sold?
More.
And I wanted to ask you too, what's the difference between Ghana before independence and after independence?
Listen to this question, bro. Listen to this question. What is the difference in Ghana before independence and after independence? Which difference are there for you to see? The difference in Ghana before independence and after independence. This question, if you look deeper, it be kind of insult, kakra. Insult small day inside. They try to tell me, say, yeah, before independence and after independence, or it be just the same, no improvement.
Like how his life changed?
I think that for those who know the history and have read about Kwame Nkrumah, etc., and the things that he did for Ghana and the movement that he made and the influence he had on Africa as a whole, if Kwame Nkrumah if he was still, he actually propelled, he and a team, however, he couldn't have done it all alone, but he is the pioneer of our independence. You know what I mean? Before, I think the British rule was there. When he came up with his agendas and ideas to unite Africa, because he's the founder of the I think Organization of African Unity around that time, Ghana would have been him to Malcolm X for me, Marcus Garvey and the rest, because these are his mates. And I think most often we all do believe that if these people were alive and the way they were pushing stuff, it would have been a better community or better countries for our
Are you sure Stonebwoy is answering the question?
That's what I also think about his time and and now.
Now, this thing, it only shows that sometimes when you are an artist, you should read a little bit out of your box, out of your circle. You know, only about, despite you are an artist, does not mean you should be reading or you should be learning only about music. Sometimes take the trouble to read a little out, like current affairs, histories, know a little about your country. Yeah, that is it basically. If you ask me, well, you can't say that Ghana before independence and after independence are the same. No, you can't say. I feel like we are enjoying some form of freedom. At least we are enjoying certain things that I'm not very sure if we were to be colonized as at now, we'll be enjoying. So personally, I feel improvement day, kakra, small day. Yeah. But Stonebwoy, for me, really answer the question. He beats around the bush. I don't blame him, because on this kind of platform, you go answer this kind of question. If you don't know, you go goof.
Why is it important for Black Americans and people from the motherland to build that bridge, build that connection?
Exactly. I believe it's super important because without that, we're cutting off our roots. And then we go back to the names that I mentioned, the Kwame Nkrumahs, the Marcus Garveys, the Malcolm X's. These were the things that they stood for heavily. And I think it's even Marcus Garvey who, to serve that pathway of having to, for instance, ship goods and, if necessary, the peoples from the motherland who are very important to connect that bridge to Afrobeat, and we love it. You know what I mean? But Africa has tons and tons and tons of pops to wherever, and there's so much segregation. Like, for instance, I do get sometimes like, that it's important to know by connecting these dots that we're all from. Once you're Black, bro, I don't think you're from Pluto, bro.
Word.
Once you're Black, you're from the motherland.
Word.
But how could you be from the motherland out of all things and then still be refusing that music and the styles and everything else is not a part of it?
Now, I think I missed something. At the point of the interview, or at the point during the interview, they asked him, say, why is it that despite the good nature of Ghanaians, their services that they render are so poor? And I was like, what a break! Despite their good nature, their services are so poor. You see, when these people come to it's a homecoming, it's a return of whatever, what have they been? When they come to the Afro-Chellers, Afro-Futures, then all the show, when they come here, they use our hotels, they use a lot of our services. They are observing. He was asked that question and I was embarrassed. But all the same, he also answered neatly by saying that, it is not, even them in the United States there, it's not all their services that are perfect. Sometimes you can also go to some of their joints and you see them attending to you poorly. So I feel like this is one of the best interviews Stonebwoy has ever had. People are talking about it. I love it myself, because the line of questioning, it was beautiful. There was nothing like private affairs, private issues. Like, these are questions that were that are in the public domain and everybody can relate and everybody has heard the story somewhere. So these were just, let's say, allegations that they heard and they wanted Stonebwoy to confirm with few social matters, and that was it. My name is Clastes, KLASTS. Like I said earlier, this is not a full interview. For the purpose of this content, I cut the interview. So the full interview is on YouTube. You can check it out. To meet again on my next episode of my next reaction on my content, Blame Society.